it is time to guess that price. Now, I don't even know when the last one of this happened because it's been a while. The reason why I like these so much, the reason why I think these are so fun is because I have no idea about card prices usually, so I'm terrible at it, which is partially the fun. This one's 48 minutes. God damn. Okay.
In this game, I will be asking a popular YouTuber about 5 different Yu-Gi-Oh cards. Each round, the guests will have 5 questions about the round's chosen card. Each answer is worth a point until the final round where they must guess that card's price. The better the answer, the more points the guest receives. Can your favorite YouTuber win the ultimate prize? You will just have to watch to find out. If you want to win the giveaway for this video, which is half of the prize money won during today's game show, just like the video, be subscribed, turn on notifications, and let me know down below who do you want to see on the next episode of Guess That Price Season 2. Welcome back to Guess That Price. This is the first episode of Season 2, and we have, of course, the man Simo on the other end to test his knowledge of Yu-Gi-Oh cards and their prices. How you doing, Simo?
I don't know why you have me on this show. I can't tell you the last time I even picked up like a card in the last 5 years, but you know, here we are. It's for entertainment, I suppose.
Does Simo not play IRL?
This is a new season, and things have changed.
Ooh.
So I think that you might be excited with some of the changes we have here, because a lot of this stuff, I feel like as I was going through here, I was like, Simo is gonna know this kind of stuff, because it's not just prices this year.
Oh,
wait, what?
So it's Guess That Price. So the final and the most important question will be the price.
Okay.
But we actually have multiple other questions about the cards, and you can earn points by answering those correctly. And I'm not going to reveal what the questions are just yet, because I want you to be surprised. But I think you're actually going to do a little better on these than some of the prices.
As long as I beat Gage at the end of it all, that's all I care about.
Well, last year, or at least last season, he destroyed you. So
He
you're
did,
gonna have to step it
100%.
up.
I need my retribution.
All right, Simo,
Gage
are
was
you ready for the
broken at
first
this.
card? I'm going to tell you the card name, and then we're going to have a bunch of questions about that card.
Okay, let's see what we got.
The first card I think you'll be familiar with. We'll see how familiar you are exactly. The first card is the Salamangreat Sunlight Wolf.
Ooh, Sunlight Wolf. Okay, so what questions do you have to ask for me aside from the price?
So the
Wait, which version of Sunlight Wolf? I'm confused.
price is going to be last, so
Okay.
we'll get to that later.
Oh, I see. So there's multiple questions about the card. Oh, okay.
The price is worth the most points based on what you guess and how close you are.
Okay.
The first question is a 2-part question. It is, when did this card come out, which year, and which set did it come out of? You get 2 points if you answer
2019. Savage Strike.
both correctly. 1 if you get 1, and 0 obviously if you get 0. So if you can name the year and the set for this card, you get 2 points.
Okay, so this is a bit of a trick question for people who might not know, because immediately I think most people are going to say, oh, duh, this came out in the Salamangreat structure deck. It did not. It came out in a core set that I believe came out right before the release of the Salamangreat structure deck, because I remember doing a video on like the budget Salamangreat structure deck with just 3 structure decks, and it didn't have a Sunlight Wolf, so the deck sucked. And we also were just like,
Maybe make chat emote only to not get spoiled. The thing is, we're fine because first of all, this is not a serious competition. It's not as serious, but on the other hand, chat doesn't know shit. Like, there could be, there's no point. There's legitimately no point when it comes to card prices, when it comes to whatever. Like, it's like I would not know who to take serious. I mean, some people are gonna know, but half of the people are just gonna spam whatever they think is the answer, and then it's just gonna be, chat is gonna be full with different numbers, different prices, and I'm gonna have no idea what's gonna be what's right and what's wrong. So it's like, it's fine.
near this point in like history of Yu-Gi-Oh.
Okay,
So
Mr. By Ultimate
Salamangreat
Slayer,
is
dude,
part of TOS,
I
but
didn't
it's
say I was
obviously,
better
like,
than that.
early. So now I have to remember my set releases around that time.
This is why I think you might be good at this, just because you've
But
done
that's like the fun of it, right? The fun is we guess together, right? You guys can take part.
so many of these series.
Yeah.
You've been through all these sets a lot.
I'm a bit of a mini Yu-Gi-Oh historian at this point. So where it gets a bit confusing is I'm pretty sure the Salamangreat structure deck came out in 2019. It was early 2019, I believe. I think it was like January or February. It's tough though, because I don't remember the core set, I'm gonna have to think about this. The core set that came out around that time is either like late 2018 or early 2019 for when
I will
summoned.
remind you that your lifeline for this set of questions, because there is a
I think it's Savage Strike. I think it's the same set that Borreload Savage was in, which was Savage Strike. Someone in chat said Soul Fusion, which could also be correct, but I think it's Savage Strike. I think Soul Fusion is one set before or after. I don't remember exactly, but I'm pretty sure it's
lifeline
Savage
for each
Strike.
set of questions. So if you want a lifeline for the year of the set, the lifeline option that you have is one word from the original set. It's going to make it a lot easier if you don't know the original set. It won't necessarily help you with the year if you don't know when that came out, but it will help with that other part.
But see, this is the first set. So, or this is the first card. I want to save this for when it's actually difficult. So
I'm just reminding you that that is an option.
Yeah,
if you're not sure.
Thank you, but I will politely pass on that. Okay.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure. I'm trying to remember like what sets came out around that time. So like Dark Neostorm was Orcus, so it's before Dark Neostorm. What was before that? Like Soul Fusion was around there as well.
Oh yeah, Soul Fusion is
Soul Fusion
is Thunder Dragon.
was a purple set. Soul Fusion had like a lot of the random like thunder crap. I'm trying to think if there was a set between Soul Fusion and Dark Neostorm, and I think there might have been, because I think Soul Fusion was the end of 2018. Dark Neostorm was like May 2019. So I think there was like a set in between those two.
Maybe there could be. Who knows?
I'm trying to think of like the color, because like you know how the booster packs follow the color wheel, like they have that pattern. I'm trying to remember like the order of the colors.
That would honestly be a really good lifeline. The color of the booster pack.
The color of the booster pack would be good. Yeah,
That's what I.
That wouldn't help me at all. I forget that shit like half a year down the line. I don't know what color a set had anymore. The very old one I remember, the nostalgic ones, but like literally if you ask me the color of Savage Strike, no idea. I don't even know what card is on the thing.
I should do, because this other one's a little bit too easy.
no,
I kind
you
of
know
like
what?
that actually.
No, Soul Fusion. What Dark Neostorm was right after Soul Fusion, I think, because I think purple and then black and then white is the order. Because I'm thinking Gladiator's Assault, then Phantom Darkness, then Light of Destruction. So I actually think Soul Fusion was
Savage, right?
before
Okay.
that. So then the question becomes: is I think blue comes before purple?
We've gotten
Is
into
this a thing, by the way? Is this a thing? Is it always the same color scheme? The same like cycle? I've never noticed that. How did I never notice that? Well, I mean, okay, I forget. I just said I forget about the artwork like 6 months down the line, so it makes sense. I never noticed that. How many is it? Like, how many are in the cycle? How many colors? Like 4? I mean, there's like green sets, there's pink sets, there's black sets, there's white sets. There's more than that. There's more than 4. 7 to make a rainbow. All right.
colors
Noted.
Yeah.
on the first question.
Okay, so I have to guess the year and the set specifically.
Yeah, but you get 1 point for each. So if you only get one, you still get a point.
Okay. It's tough that it's like the end of a year. If it was like in the middle, that would be a lot easier.
I'm going to give you one slight hint, just for free here. You have not said the name of the set yet.
Oh, okay. So clearly I'm missing something then. How polite.
How is that a small hint? It's like, yeah, I think it's this set or that set. You're like, no, it's none of those two.
Of you. Thank you for the free lifeline.
You're the first guess. You get one bonus hint.
Wow, I'm way off then if I'm forgetting it. What's God, I'm
You're
trying to
forgetting
visualize
a big set.
'cause
You're forgetting a big one.
I have to be forgetting a big one. I remember it was a rare too.
Well, that's good because that's the next question. So hold on to that.
Okay. Oh my God. I'm kicking myself that I can't remember the set. I'm like visualizing it too.
You're gonna be so mad if you don't remember this. You can use.
I don't want to waste the
lifeline.
lifeline, Ruxin. I don't want to waste the
It's
lifeline.
not a waste if you get the answer right when you would have missed it.
But I can save it for something else.
But it can only equal 2 points at max.
God. Oh my God.
So if you
know
miss
what?
both-
Fine. You talked me into the lifeline. I'll use it. Whatever.
You get to know one of the words from the set. So it's a 2-word set. So
Yeah,
I'm giving you
Okay, don't tell him savage. Tell him strike.
50% of the
Literally,
word here.
yeah.
And this might help you with the year. Do you want the first or the second word?
Oh
I'll
my
let you
God.
pick.
You're going to make me
It's all in your hands.
second. I feel like the second's gonna be
That's
more
harder.
descriptive than the first.
The second word is strike.
Savage Strike. So white was before black. Okay, so God, okay. Yeah, so it's Savage Strike. Savage
Lifeline
Strike.
Andy.
Oh God, now wait. Was Savage Strike right at the end of 2018 or the beginning of 2019?
Oh, this is so much more fun than I thought it was gonna be.
God, I feel like that made it.
Oh, no wonder it's 48 freaking minutes,
I
man.
think it
I've
was,
already
I think
finished
it
my
was
food.
I
It's the
think it was
first
early
question, Zemo.
2019. Because I'm pretty sure Soul Fusion was like right at the end of 2018.
You want to lock those in?
And I'm like, usually they release core sets in 3-month increments. And if Dark Neostorm was May of 2019, I want to say Savage Strike was like the end of January, beginning of February. And the Salamangreat structure that came out like a couple weeks after that, I think. So I'm going to go 2019 Savage Strike. Final answer.
Simo? The lifeline paid off.
Okay.
2 points
Good.
for you.
2 points.
Savage Strike was released on February 1st, 2019. So you're exactly right with the timeline of it.
Yeah.
So it was very beginning of February. I was worried you were going to go 2018 for a second and talk yourself into that, but you figured it out. And fortunately for you, so you're up to 2 points.
I like this new style. I like that you get some other knowledge in there as well. That's kind of cool. The name of the show is a little misleading now, but it's cool.
Already. The second question, what is the rarity of this original printing? You seem to
Rare.
already know.
It's a
What
rare.
was your answer again?
It was a rare.
It's a rare. You're locking that in?
Yep.
Boom. 3 points in a row. No
Boom.
suspense needed.
Easy.
You already have 3 points. That's going to be every card. You're going to have those 2 questions. So prepare for that on the future future
that's
cards
cool.
coming.
That gets you
Now we
thinking.
get to one that's a little bit harder, I think. It's so hard that I made a multiple choice because it would have been impossible just to guess.
Okay.
For a lot of these cards. The next question, question number 3 for the Salamangreat Sunlight Wolf. How many printings does this card have?
Oh my God.
Okay, it's got... I might be able to do this. It's got a common in an OTS pack. It's got a super rare in an ODS pack. It's got a ghost rare now. And it's got the original rare, which makes 4. It's definitely at least 4. I think it has another... Does it have an ultra rare? I feel like I've seen ultra rare Sunlight Wolf before. I'm pretty sure it's got an ultra. From like some side set, reprint set, whatever. I think it's 5.
God. Okay.
So
Like, Ghosts from
obviously
the
without
Past or
multiple
Battles of
choice, this would be
Legends
really
kind of thing.
difficult. So you have 4 answers here. Your lifeline here is to eliminate half if you need it.
And
So you
there's
can get
Ghost. I
down to
said
2
Ghost.
answers.
Sure.
Okay, so your first option A is 3 printings.
Okay.
Second option B is 5 printings. Third option C is 9 printings. And your
Okay.
fourth option D is 2 printings.
Okay, I was between 4 and 5, so it's obviously it's 5.
So it's
It's not
3,
9.
5, 9, and 2.
There's no way
Correct.
it's 9.
I can immediately eliminate 2 because I know for a fact it comes in rare. It comes in super because it had an OTS pack reprint, which looked very clean at the time. And then it also
it
comes in
didn't. Rare was
ghost
better.
randomly. I don't know who decided it needs to come in ghost, but it does. I can also eliminate 3 because I believe it also comes in ultra. I got like a reprint in one of like the side sets as ultra. So that's 4. And then I think it
Imagine it's always this question, then it's like a random Blue Eyes White Dragon. How many printings does this card have? Yeah, like 69, dude.
has a 25th anniversary printing as well, which would put us to 5. So it's between 5 and 9, so I don't need a lifeline. The question is, are there 4 more printings of this card? The thing is, I don't need to know if there's 9 necessarily, because I just have to know if there's 1 more than 5. Because if I know there's 6, then the answer's 9, because then it can't be 5.
That's true. It's also assuming
That
that
is
you're correct on all the
not
printings.
incorrect.
That is true. That is true. I really want to say it has a common printing at some point.
It does
I
have
feel
that.
like it got a common printing somewhere, and I don't remember what, but I swear I've seen like a common.
What did he
version of
say
it
that it
before.
doesn't have
But
then?
if it also came
Quarter-
in like
he
the
said quarter
rarity
century?
collection or anything like that, that could have been the extra 4 printings right there, because it'd been like 25th anniversary and like all the different things. So like that's where it could possibly hit 9.
Oh, he's at 25th, yeah.
You know what? I'll say 9.
Yeah, he's
All
gonna
right, you
say
locking
9.
that
I was
in?
about
Locking
to
it
say
in.
he's gonna say
Final
9.
answer.
He talked
You
himself
were right
into 9.
about almost everything except the answer. You nailed every printing except you added the 25th anniversary, which doesn't exist.
Oh, okay.
So there's a
maybe I was
common
making that up.
printing in the Tin of Lost Memories. there's a Ghost Rare, there's a Savage Strike printing, there's an Ultra Rare from Armageddon, and then there's the OTS pack. But there's no 25th
There's
anniversary.
no 25th. I don't know why. For some reason, I thought there was a 25th anniversary one. So I was right with the common, which would have put us to 5.
Yeah,
And
I think he mistook the Ghost Rare printing as the quarter century printing. That's probably what happened.
Yeah,
because I
and-
thought there was a 25th, that would put us to 9 then, because it would have like the extra version. So,
And
damn.
I'll give you one extra hint is that if it was in Rarity Collection, it would have 7 more. So it would have been over 9.
Oh, it would have been over.
Because
Yeah,
it
that's
has
true.
to have 7. So
Yeah.
for a few, and there may be some cards that have
True,
Rarity
yeah.
Collection printings.
He gaslit himself, but it didn't even make any sense. The way he gaslit himself didn't make sense because if it's in Rarity Collection, it's got 7, yeah.
I don't even remember what I gave you, but okay, but that's okay. You're still at 3 points out of the possible 4, so you're
That's
still doing
okay.
pretty good.
That's okay.
That's the multiple choice is one of the tougher ones. That's pretty hard.
I'm impressed I knew all of the other printings of Sunlight
Yeah,
Wolf.
you were nailing everything, but that
Both
shows
you.
you how hard that is. Like if you
Wrong
just mess
answer.
up one thing, you can miss the multiple
Where
choice.
was the
But
common from again?
The common was from 2010, I believe.
Oh,
Yeah, the
okay.
2010.
It
Oh, I
was
thought that one was
okay.
OTS too.
All right,
Okay, I
the
said
last
OTS, but it's
question
also-
for this
that's
card,
pinned,
which is
okay.
our price question. So I changed up how this works because there's no tiers and stuff like that this year. I wanted to be able to be more flexible with which prices we use and stuff like that. If you're within 10% of the card's price, you get 3 points. So you can
Okay.
get as many as you have right now. You can double it
Okay.
if you get within 10%. If you get within 20%, you get 2 points. Within 30%, you get 1 point. And if you nail it, you get 4 points.
Okay,
You get right
sure.
on within a, like it has to be on the dollar
Sure.
to get the 4. Okay, so we're asking about the same card. We're gonna do the Ghost Rare printing because that's like the high rarity. First,
The thing is, I got the Ghost Rares when the set dropped. And I want to say they were almost $50 in Europe. In Europe, it was around 50 when this thing released. The thing is, I don't know if it's different in the US, and I don't know if it maybe went up because of the format that's about to happen, right? It's like there is certainly probably an increase in demand in Sunlight Wolf, right? Because like, you know, it's about to be fire format, and a lot of the fire decks are going to play one Sunlight Wolf, and people are going to want the Ghost Rare for that, right? The thing is, they only need 1, right? And there aren't that many Salamangreat players out there anymore, so maybe it doesn't spike by that much, but it's probably more than 50. And it is US prices. I'm just gonna say $70.
edition Ghost Rare
70
from
cents,
the
right? Seems
Soul,
alright.
Soul Burning Volcano. What is the price of this endearment condition?
Full disclosure, I have 0 clue what this actually is.
We knew that.
This may shock you as someone who hasn't played modern Yu-Gi-Oh in a minute. I do know that Sunlight Wolf is extremely popular right now because Rescue Ace is a deck. It also is popular because Fire King is a deck, and you know that's rising in popularity. So I know the card is being played outside of Salamangreat. So it's going to have some value just because it's one of the best
I'm gonna speed it up a little bit because otherwise we're not gonna get to build anything anymore.
Fire Xyz, not Xyz, best Fire Link monsters.
That's
in
still
the
fine,
game.
I think.
And by the way, your lifeline is lower or higher, so you can do
Okay.
the lower or higher like in the previous game.
All right, we're not going to waste more lifelines on Sunlight Wolf. I'm sorry. As much
Okay.
as I love Salamangreat, we're not going to do that. We're going to go with Ghost Rare, highest printing. It's still a Ghost Rare, right? It's got to have some value.
But how much exactly is the question?
Yeah, like how much would I pay for a Ghost Rare Sunlight Wolf is the question. It's from what set again? It's from the side set, right?
Yeah, Soul Burning
Soul
Volcano
Burning
that came
Volcano.
out in August.
All right, I got my answer. I'm going to go $40.
40 big ones. Is
40
that your
big
final
ones.
answer?
Yeah, I think because it's a Ghost Rare and because like a lot of the fire decks want it, it does have like some higher demand. If it's more than that, I will genuinely be shocked. So $40, final answer.
Well, you can proceed to being shocked.
Okay.
This
That's
card is
too low.
$88.
Okay, I said, what did I
it's
say,
a one-of.
70?
You only
Not
need
too
one of
bad.
it.
The way you were talking about it, I thought you were going
I
to guess
didn't
like
realize it-
200.
no, I
then
didn't
you
realize
said,
it went
then
up
you
that
said it's a
much.
1-up, and I was like, okay, it might be coming back toward
I didn't
and you said
realize
40, and I was like, okay,
it went up by that much.
So, unfortunately,
No points.
Oh, it's
zero
not that
points
much on
this
card
one.
market yet? Okay, okay. It's like
still a
60 on
Ghost
card
Rare at
market
the end of the day.
already.
People like their Ghost Rares.
It's performing really well compared to recent legendary duelist ghost rares. Like
Okay.
those $40 would be actually high. Some of them are like 20. You know, they're very low. So it is higher than those, but this one, I guess, because of the playability, and Sunlight Wolf is kind of I think a fan favorite for people who played the, you know, the Salamangreat deck and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's got that going for it. It's kind of one of the only good cards in that set, so that kind of helps too.
King
Even
Emrock,
at
thank you for
88,
2 months. And
it's still
Average
pretty high
Jays,
for
thank you
that
for the
card.
Prime.
Exactly. Like,
Also,
I feel
Omni,
like,
thank you
okay,
for the
most of the
18
decks
months
are, like,
earlier.
if
Appreciate
you're
that.
actually a
Happy New Year to you
Salamangreat
as
fan,
well.
You do need like 3. And so,
Yeah.
like, yeah, but no one's really playing Salamangreat, even if people like the deck. And so,
And it could be
that's
something
kind of-
like you mentioned it might be a little inflated, which it could be, because I remember it recently being in the 60s. So I think it's
Okay.
gone up recently.
And you know
so
what?
I think
If it was in like the 60s, that's like more believable. I would never pay $90 for a ghost rare
Yeah.
Sunlight Wolf. I'm sorry. That's insane.
yeah, that's a crazy one, but that's
Yeah.
okay. That's
It's
okay.
okay.
It's only we got 4 more cards.
Four
so
more
let's just move on
cards.
to them. You're doing fine. This one's actually a little bit harder though. So let's see if you know. I was writing these, and every time I
Best runic variant going into the next format. I actually think we've been talking about that quite a bit today. I think Runic Snake Eye with the Phantom Nightmare support has a real shot at being the best runic deck. I don't know if it's good yet before Phantom Nightmare, but it's looking really nice after.
put the card in, I'm like, Simo's gonna know this card. He's gonna know where it's from. So I feel like you're gonna know this just because of your random knowledge. So let's
Good.
see if I was right. Card number 2, you're up to 3 points.
Yep.
Not terrible, but you have room to improve. The Frost and Flame Dragon is our next Yu-Gi-Oh card.
Okay.
Let's go. All right. So
This is funny because I looked at that thing literally 2 days ago. Because of Edison, I looked into getting some.
what's first? Set and
Yes,
year?
the year and the set of the original printing.
But what set is it from, man? It's like 2000. It's Tactical Evolution, right? I think it's Tactical Evolution, which would make it 2007. I think that's it. It's 2007. Tactical
Frost and Flame
Evolution.
Dragon was from Tactical Evolution.
Yes.
Yeah, easy. And it was, when was Tactical Evolution printed? That's the real question.
2007.
Okay, let me think about this. 2000 and Tactical Evolution was right before Gladiator's Assault, which was right before Teledad. So 2007. Tactical Evolution 2007.
All right, he had to calibrate all his series together for that answer. Is that your final answer?
Final answer. Final answer.
Tactical Evolution was released on August 15th, 2007. And so you are correct on both of those. 2 points, so you're up to 5 points now.
Secret
The
Rare,
year in the
6
set,
points.
I think you're going to
Next.
crush the
Next.
year in the set.
Secret
Secret
Rare.
Rare, yeah.
Next.
I knew you were going to crush these. These are the ones I was like, oh gosh, he's going to get all these right. Okay, well, you're on fire right now. That's 6 points in a row. Nice and quick.
Am I on
We're
Frost
to the
and Fire?
multiple choice. Yeah, multiple choice here.
2.
Number of printings. Now, this one might be a little bit more difficult.
This is going to be tough. Yeah.
And because I did not write it down, let me make sure that I know the answer. I think I do because I did it yesterday, but timeout, wait.
While you're looking that up, the reason that I know Frost and Flame Dragon so well is because I actually attended the sneak peek for it. And I remember like people think, because everyone loves their chaos monsters, right? Everyone thinking like, oh, this is so sick. It's like a fire, water, chaos monster, right? Not that it's good, but the artwork was just sick. And so I remember just like a lot of people
Wait, but why Frost and Flame and Edison?
liked the card just because
don't worry about
it was just something different at the time.
Yeah, I
Don't worry
found
about
this
it.
card recently in like a collection, and I was like, this is one of the coolest looking cards I've
Isn't
ever
it?
seen.
It's sick.
Like,
Yeah.
the secret rare looks amazing
Yeah,
on it. I was
it's
like, this
such a
is such
cool
an
card,
unknown
man.
card. Like, I remember it was like okay in duel links for a little bit, and I'd kind of heard of it from there, but I didn't know what set it came from. And then I got it. I was like, this is a secret in Tactical Evolution. That's crazy.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure it has no other reprint besides the Speed Duel common, which is pictured here.
Right. The number of printings for Frost and Flame Dragon. Here are your answers.
All right, what are
or
my
your
multiple
choices.
choices?
Yeah. A, 3. B, 6. C, 1. Or D, 9.
I like how you put these in like
Okay. 2 is not on here. But I'm not sure. That it has to be 3 then. Unless the Speed Duel doesn't count, then it's only 1, but surely the Speed Duel counts.
a random order. Like you don't just go like 1, 3, 6, 9. It's just one. It's
Some weird print. Maybe there's oh, you know one thing that could be? There could be Speed Duel cards often have a common and a secret rare. That could be it.
anyway.
Well, I thought about that. I was like, should I put it in order? I was like, no, it's more mysterious if you do it the other way.
It's more sus if you do it this way. Okay. This is going to be tough, actually. So I know everything about Frost and Flame Dragon prior to this question. But now, okay. The real question is, who would in their mind at Konami would think, you know what? We need to reprint Frost and Flame Dragon. That's what we need to do. I will say, I do think this card has at least more than one printing. I think it has like a super rare or like a common reprint, maybe both. I'm pretty sure it's not just like one of those Tactical Evolution secrets that has like never been reprinted. It could be, but I swear it has like one extra printing. I'm gonna go on a limb and say this card does not have 9 printings. That seems insane that this
It
terrible
has to
card
be 3. I can't think of
Although-
more
So
than
you don't
2
want to use your
even.
lifeline, is what
No,
you're
I'm
saying.
not gonna use my lifeline on this. I want to save it for later.
Okay.
So at this point, I'm between.
Duelist League promo card can count as 4 prints, which would give it 6. Oh, is that like the blue rare, red rare, purple rare, green rare kind of thing? Does it have that? I don't actually know, but if it does have that,
3 and 6.
If it does have that, and if they count it as 4, then it would be 6. I guess that's it could also count as only 1 though. Oh, okay. So it's either 3 or 6 depending on how they count it, right?
Just begs the question, would they have really reprinted Frost and Flame Dragon like 3 extra times? And like they could have. Like it's just one of those like random bad cards that they could put in one of those. Like I could see them putting it in like a star pack or like just some random set like that like no one actually like buys.
This does feel like a star pack card. Like
like the little kids are gonna buy the $1 pack, you know, and then it's like,
then
oh,
like,
Frost and Flame Dragon,
gotta...
this is so cool, right?
Yeah, this is the coolest card I've ever seen.
Cool,
I bet it's really good.
Yeah.
Don't
I'm just
mock
trying
the
to put
little kids
myself
for liking Frost and
into
Flame
like
Dragon.
the mind of the Frost and Flame Dragon. And like, what set would this card be reprinted in? Especially back then, because I feel like there'd be no reason for them to reprint this card now. There's no way this thing has. I'm gonna go with 3. I'm pretty sure it has at least 1 extra printing that is not the secret rare. So I'm gonna lock in 3. Final answer.
Okay. This was a very tricky question, and here's why.
Count as 6.
It has the secret rare printing as you listed.
Yes.
It has the common you mentioned.
Okay.
And then here's the kicker.
Does it have like a Duelist League printing? It
has 4 Duelist League.
Oh my god! I knew it. I knew there was some
basically
thing I was
is 3,
forgetting.
but it's actually 6 because they get 4 of the same ones.
Oh my god! I knew there was some weird thing with this. I knew it. I knew that was.
Your logic was so sound that I was sure you were gonna pick 3 because I was like, "There's no way they would have printed 6," and it's like he's right, except they did 4 at once.
Yeah.
So it's like, the 3 is really like that could be included into 1 almost, but it's 4 different like cards.
Yeah,
so,
because it's like the blue rare, the red rare.
yeah, it's all different name colors. So you were right. Both of these you've been right on. You've just barely missed them. The multiple choice very difficult.
Dude, you got destroyed, man.
You're gonna recover right here on the price. You're gonna get some points.
Am I? I don't know.
I'm asking you about the first edition secret from Tactical Evolution. What is
first edition secret, man? That's expensive as hell, dude.
Price of the Frost and Flame Dragon?
That's like
I
mean, it's not as expensive as other secrets though. I remember
really
this is one of those cards that's like collectors have this just because it's like
it's probably like 80
first ed secret rare from like an old
and it looks
set.
sweet
And it looks good. Yeah, like
70.
I would say, like, it's just like a neat looking card. I don't know if you know this actually. Like back in the day,
70. I'll say 70.
Even though it wasn't played, like people just thought it looked cool. So like it was actually an expensive secret rare.
That makes sense because this is one of the coolest Yu-Gi-Oh cards I've ever seen.
Yeah, if only it was good. That's the problem.
Yeah, that would be nice too.
They're like, nah, the Chaos Monsters, we can't do this again. Sadly. Oh my god. First Ed Near Mint, Frost and Flame, Takev. I can also see this like being a card that no one wants and it's like worth nothing. Like I genuinely could see it going both ways. Would I pay more for this than a Ghost Rare Sunlight Wolf? That's the actual question.
You do have a lifeline.
Nah, we're not using that.
It's a pretty hard one.
I got an answer.
Okay.
For the first edition Secret Rare Frost and Flame Dragon, we're gonna go with $125.
125. Is that the final answer?
That's the final answer. Yes.
Simo, your streak of not knowing prices continues. But I will say this is a very hard card. Okay. This is one that I wouldn't have known either, to be honest. Okay. But when I saw it, I was like,
to be honest, if it was that, I wouldn't have been super shocked either. This is not like a super off the wall guess.
Gotta do this one because it's so weird.
Okay.
Because old cards are sometimes super random.
Wow.
So that's what I said.
Oh, it's only 65. Okay. It's like sometimes you freaking see an old card and you're like, okay, this card is bad. It's probably not worth much. And then someone tells you, yeah, but there's actually only like this one printing of a set that actually there was a Walmart that burned down and it had 90% of the population of the set in it, and that's why it's now worth $2 million. And you're like, okay, well, I guess that makes sense, you know? So
yeah, that's what I said. It's less than a Sunlight Wolf. It's kind of crazy.
That's crazy. I thought because it's like an older secret and like especially because those are hard to find, like first ed near mint, like a lot of the older cards like are kind of like in like the $80 to $100 range, and so yeah, especially because it has like the cool factor, like maybe it'll be a little bit more than that. Like I could see it, but I could also see it being worth $60 because honestly that's probably what it should be worth.
Honestly, I think your guess is really good because it doesn't have a recent reprint. Like Duelist League is, I think, okay. Actually, the Speed Duel GX midterm is where the common came out. That probably hurt the price. That probably hurt the price actually because before then it had been 12 years or whatever. Interesting. So yeah, that's still a pretty good guess, to be honest. That's one of the harder cards I've asked about the price. So.
I'd be curious if like we went back prior to the GX box release, what like the price of that card was at that point. And maybe it didn't even move. Maybe it was still about
I don't think the freaking GX reprint changed anything. Like people that want the old one, they want the old one. And in Speed Duel, you can't play the old one anyways.
I was clicking on the TCG player graph. The last year, no, it didn't impact it at all.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So it's actually just
because
terrible.
it's actually gone up. It used to be a $30 card.
Wow.
This year it was a $30 card. That's insane.
That's insane.
Wow. That I would not have
You
expected.
know those
okay.
old secrets are sometimes just insane money, whether they're playable or not. That's just like how it
Yeah,
goes.
they're like super rares from that era that are worth that much.
I know.
Like so that's
All right.
pretty weird.
All
Okay,
right,
let's
we're
go
going
on
on
to
the
the third
street
card.
to get every price wrong. That's what we're doing now.
Yeah, you're on the price game. You're gonna get everything else right. You're not gonna get the prices right.
We're gonna rename the series "The Price Is Wrong."
The price is wrong. I think that you're gonna do pretty well on this
Okay.
one.
All right.
The next card is Yazi, Evil of the Yangzing.
Oh,
Okay.
God.
So first
dude.
question is year and the.
Oh, okay. It was originally a secret rare. What was the set? NECH is the, I think. NECH is the short
this
thing.
card was
What is
released
that?
in.
Next
Well,
Challengers?
this helps that we just did this in Prague. So
That does help.
New
yeah.
Challenger?
Set
I don't know what
was
the NECH. It's
the new
2015, I think.
challengers?
It could be
New
14.
challengers?
I
wanna
would
call
say
it next
15.
challengers, but it's new challengers. So it's new challengers, and that was released in 2014, 2015. It's one of those two.
Yeah.
Um,
I'm just gonna say it before he says it. I think it's 2014, but I don't know.
Duelist Alliance was right before that. That was August. So new challengers was the fall set. So that would have been November.
You do not have a lifeline, so it's all up to you.
I don't need a
and your brain.
lifeline. I'm going into the encyclopedia. One moment. Trying to like use another set as like a basis year wise. Necros is 2015. Yeah. So 2014. New challengers 2014.
Final answer?
Yes.
The new challengers technically has a "the" at the beginning, but I'm not going to dock you
Oh,
for that.
excuse me.
The new challengers. I just let you know for future SEMO encyclopedia moments. Was released on November 7th, 2014.
There we go.
Just like you said. So 2 points. So
It was a secret
you have
rare.
6 points out of these questions. You're crushing these.
Yeah.
Now, do you know the rarity of the original printing?
Secret.
So the way I do these is they have 2 printings, and either one is correct. So this had both a secret and an ulti. So you get that.
That's
that
true.
question
And
right.
multi-printed as
true,
well.
Yeah, it
true,
also
true,
had an ultis, but
Yeah.
but you got the secret right. So that's 3 points.
It also
Easy.
helped that I pulled this in Prague, so it's very
Yeah,
salient.
that'll help. Yeah, good
Yeah.
memories. Let's see if you can get a multiple choice question correct. How many printings does the Yazi have? First answer,
Okay.
A, 5, B, 3, C, 6, or D, 8.
Okay, does ulti and secret count as 2? Because it definitely has a common, and it definitely has an ultra rare from like Ghost from the Past, which would already put it at 4 if ulti and secret counts as 2, which eliminates 3. I know about the common, the ultra, ulti, and secret. There has to be at least one more. I can't think of any more. It must. Oh yeah, you guys are right. It must have a Megatin reprint, so it's at least 5. I can't think of number 6, so I'm gonna say 5.
Want to say when this got reprinted in the Megatin, I think they kept it secret. I don't think they downgraded it.
True,
To Ultra
this
in
was the
Megatin.
time-
They may have, but I
This
swear
was a thing they did very often
not
back in the day, and people complained about it. They kept a lot of the cards the same rarity going into the Megatins, so they just looked almost the same. There's a lot of cards like that.
What printings did it get after those initial 3? I feel like it had an ultra print in like some reprint set at one point, so that would be 4, assuming that's even correct.
Don't forget about your lifeline.
I have the lifelines, I'm aware.
Oh, it has a rare print, no? Doesn't it have a rare print? I'm
The
not
fact
sure.
that Sword Soul was such a popular deck, it could have been that like
Does
Yazi
it-
got a
is that Baxia I'm thinking of? Does Baxia have a rare print? Baxia does, right?
print in some set as well at that point. Like I could see there being like a super
Baxia
Yazi.
does. Okay,
Maybe it was
okay,
like,
okay.
was it like an OTS
That's what I-
pack
okay.
printing of Yazi,
Yeah, yeah.
maybe? I might be just making that up. I feel like it's between 5 and 6. I know there's more than 3. I'm pretty sure it has at least 4.
I know, I think, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah. Logic.
You're nailing it.
I'm gonna rule out 8. I don't think it has 8 printings.
Okay,
That seems like
officially
that
ruling
seems
it
like
out.
too.
I like it.
I think it's 5 or 6. I think it's 5 or 6.
Okay.
Pick
you use
one.
your own lifeline here.
Yeah, I use my own lifeline.
For the
If you're
love
right.
of God,
If I'm
pick
right,
one.
yeah, I also could have just removed the correct answer. But I feel like the fact you specifically gave me 5 and 6 is to mess with me.
Or is it?
Or is it? Yeah, it could have just been 3 the whole time, and I'm just making stuff up now. I'm going to say 5. Final answer.
Final
That's what I
answer,
said too, right?
5 printings of the Yazi. Simo, You've gotten one right.
Yeah!
5 printings. Let's go.
Okay,
You
so what
nailed
were the
it.
other two?
You nailed it. So yeah, the ultra printing was from Ghosts from the Past.
Okay.
And then you mentioned an OTS pack print. They got a common in
It was
there
a common.
in OTS
So,
17.
it's funny. I'm like, I felt like it may have not even been a super. I almost thought it was a common, but Yazi seems like
Yeah.
too good of a card to print a common, so I thought it may
Yeah.
have just been in the super slot. But okay, all right.
Yep, it was a common in OTS 17. So you basically nailed all of them. So the
Not
Yazi's been
bad.
your best one.
Not bad.
It's been your best one.
Yeah.
And now the question is, do
Oh,
you know the
no.
price of the new Challenger's first edition Ultimate Rare Near Mint?
God.
No.
60.
Oh my god.
Can
All
you
right.
get within 30% to at least get 1 point?
I don't know. I've only been within 50% of my best.
Yeah,
so
you haven't
far.
been close yet,
I
but
haven't
now's
been
the
close
time.
Yet. All right. Are any like actual good decks playing Yazi right now? I don't think so. I'm like, I'm
Maybe
so
60
out
is
of the
too
loop
much.
with, like just random stuff. But it's also like an ulti like Yazi. It's just like a neat card. If this was back during like Sword Soul era, this would be expensive because I'm pretty sure this card spiked up in price during then, just because like it's Yazi.
That's
You are
true.
perfect
It's
on the
not
Yahtzee
been
so
seen
far.
that
Do
much
not
play
blow it
recently.
I
down.
know, I can't ruin it. Oh my god. Do I use the lifeline here to get the perfect Yazi? But there's still 2 more cards.
2 more cards, but you've only used what? 1 lifeline?
I've only used 1 lifeline. Foolishly.
Okay. You've only used 1, and you haven't used the multiple choice one or the guessing the price one. Those are the hardest questions. So
This is a tough one. I feel like this one is so dependent on if it's playable or not.
what's your ballpark right now? Like, what are you thinking?
I'm in a low range. I'm in like the 40 to 50 range because it's like the ulti's probably the most valuable one of them all.
What did I
because
say? 60,
between
right?
that and
I
the
said
secret,
60?
People would prefer that, but like it's not being played in anything. And if it is being played in anything, it's like 1 deck at most. I'm kind of just tempted to say like 40, but that even seems kind of high, honestly. I'll say $40. Why not?
$40. You locking that one in?
Sure.
All right, $40 for the ultimate rare. Seems kind of high.
It seems
he said.
high. It seems high.
He said it seems high. It is indeed high.
Uh-oh.
This card is $15.
I'm like, this is way too.
15 for an ulti. I'm gonna pick one up. What the hell?
expensive for
Holy.
this. Yeah, I had a feeling.
That
This is
makes
not the
no
perfect
sense.
Yahtzee, but you did make 1 more step toward perfect. So this next card, you're gonna get them all right.
Okay.
15?
All right, question number 4, or the card number 4, I should say. Lightning Storm.
Okay.
Which year and which set was this card
Oh,
originally
God.
printed in?
Okay. Lightning Storm,
Storm.
is Ignition Assault. When
Yeah.
Ignition Assault was
Ignition Assault 2019 or 20? 2020.
released is a better question. I'm
Early
pretty
2020.
sure it was like in or around during the pandemic. I think it was like before, which would be like
It was
I
legal
think it's
for
like
the
end
last
of
YCS
2019,
before
beginning of
COVID.
2020.
I
After the
remember that. I
encyclopedia.
remember people
This is
needing
where the- this is
lightning
where the
storms
hole
because
in
it
the
just came
encyclopedia
out. So it's
starts to
2020.
form.
Yeah.
Just because I wasn't playing like as hardcore during that. This is when Prague started, actually.
Oh, yeah. It took you a while to get to the later sets, so.
What was the green set?
Dude, this thing has
that
infinite
was
prints
Rise
though.
of
I
the
just
Duelist?
realized this
That
card has
introduced Starlight
infinite
Rares.
prints.
So Rise of the Duelist was first. So then there's a yellow set. The yellow
God
set's
damn,
typically
how
the
many
fall set.
prints,
So then
dude?
that means Ignition Assault was the red set, which means it was probably the winter set. So I'm gonna go with Ignition Assault 2020.
It's in Rarity
by the way.
Collection too.
Okay.
Holy shit.
Ignition Assault.
It's in
is
Rarity
correct, and
Collection,
it was
so it's
released on
7.
January 31st.
The original set had a
2020.
Starlight, so that's 9.
Oh my
So you
God.
nailed it. Rise of the Duelist did not introduce Starlight
It
Rares,
has
though.
Oh, no,
it has
what's it
a
called? The,
collector's rare
Rising
from
Rampage.
King's
Rising
Court or
Rampage.
whatever.
Sorry, yes.
You were close. You were
it
close.
was
I
in
thought you
the
were about to go way
Megatins.
off when you said that. I was like, where is he going
No,
with
no,
this?
no, no, no.
another-
I was
it's
going
like
just based by
12
the color initially.
or more.
Yeah.
Okay, okay. Well, you still
Magnificent
nailed it. You got it
Mavens
right.
had it as an
Now, do you know the
Ultra.
rarity of the original
Holy.
Lightning Storm?
So the original Lightning Storm was a
It's
secret
like
rare, but it
12,
was also a
13,
Starlight
14
rare as
prints.
well.
You are correct on both
Holy
of those.
shit.
So that might help you with your multiple choice coming up. So that is another point. You've nailed all of those so far. On to the multiple choice, which
I
has
hate
been
this. I hate
pretty
this.
tough. You got the last
Oh,
one.
it's
though.
got a Pharaoh's
How many
rare
printings
as
does
well.
Lightning Storm have?
Holy.
Here are your answers.
I'm ready.
Option A, 15. Option B, 5. Option C, 10. Or option D, 11.
Okay.
It's 15.
So, secret
It's 15
rare,
then.
Starlight rare. This is where things go off the rails because I'm pretty sure this
We
has a
already
rarity
have
collection
more than
print,
11.
which
It
would
has to
add
be 15.
7
I can't
to
think
that,
of all
so then
15, but it
that would
has
put
to
us
be.
9.
Unless they count.
I believe prior to that though,
Unless they count, there was a different one in Europe than in America, right? In the Pharaohs rare, so one of them had silver lettering and one had gold lettering. So if they count that as 2, maybe we get to 15. It has to be 15.
Where does it keep going from there?
That is the question that you have to answer.
Lucky
Just
me.
pick the highest one, dude.
I'm gonna go with 11. I don't know why. My gut's telling me 11. Not that
No,
my
it's not
gut's been
11.
doing.
There's
me a
no way
good
it's
job
11.
this
It's not
episode,
11.
I'm gonna go with 11. Final answer.
The correct answer is A, 15 printing.
Wow,
Yeah.
that's insane.
You got to remember, this is Konami. Staples get printed into the ground.
That's
recently.
true. That is true. All right, what are the other 4?
Okay, let's see. 2022 Tin of Pharaoh Gods Prismatic Secret.
Oh, the prismatic secret and stuff too. Yeah.
I think the ultra you were thinking of was King's Court, which also had a collector rare in there. Then Magnificent Mavens had an ultra rare. Oh, did Mavens have 2? Mavens had the ultra Pharaoh's
the ultra
rare.
pharaoh rare.
And the secret Pharaoh rare too. So there was 4 or 3 in there. 3 in the Magnificent Maven. So you had 3 in there. You had 2 in King's Court.
Yeah, I definitely forgot about like the special alt rarities. I think
Yeah, the
that's
high
what-
rarities
yeah.
made it insane right there because they did 2 in King's Court and then they did 3 later. And then they did 9 in another one. So
Yeah.
they've been going crazy on Lightning Storm. So that one was pretty tough. You were almost there. If you thought of
15,
one more,
dude.
you might have bumped it
Yeah.
up to 15.
Yeah.
Okay, but that's fine. You're at what? I think 13 points now. So you're doing okay. Final card. Let's see if you know this one. I
Wait,
feel like
the
you're-
price.
Oh, we did the price?
You forgot
Oh,
the
wait,
price.
Oh, no. Oh, yeah.
That's the
Good
whole
call. Don't forget that. Don't forget that. First episode. We're trying to figure it out. Okay. The price of the card. Let's not forget that. First edition Starlight Rare Lightning Storm near mint.
I'm gonna actually just doom myself right now by saying this. I think I'm gonna be the most accurate.
I don't think it's that expensive because there's other good ones. I want to say, I mean,
know that with this
I don't think this is like a 400 whatever. I'm gonna say 200.
Overprinted, or like there was some issue with like the production of them, and there's like way more.
Which is a
copies
lot of
these
money,
Starlight Rares in
but it's
circulation
not
than
that
there
much
should
for
be.
Starlight
So
Rares.
all
But
of the
I think
Ignition
Lightning
Assault
Storm for
Starlights
some
are,
reason
like,
isn't as
half the
expensive as a
price of,
Starlight.
like regular Starlight Rares, even if they're playable. God, how much did they get tanked? Though is the question. I guess I could have maintained some value though because they're still like the highest version. I don't know, 15 printings. That's a lot. Okay, I'm gonna preface this. I feel like prior to the 10 billion reprints, I think like Lightning Storm Starlights were around like 200, 250, something like that, because they were kind of like half of what like a normal Starlight was, which was like 400 or 500. With all the reprints, I feel like they could have gotten chopped down by like 10, 20, 30%. So going based off that, just because there's so many in circulation, but people still like their high rarity stuff, I'm gonna go with 175.
It also got semi-limited, which might play a role because it's mostly something that people need for competitive. But yeah.
And that still seems high to me. But I'm gonna go 175.
What did I say? I said
Oh,
200.
you do have a lifeline, by the way. Don't
I'm
forget
saving
about
that for last. I'm saving that for last.
You're saving it for last.
We
You're
already
sure?
got this far. We got this far.
You're sure you're going to save it?
Yes.
You're sure you're going to save it and you're locking this in?
Yes. Final answer.
All right, 175. You were correct. This price has been chopped down by Rarity Collection, but it's been chopped all the way down to $97.
Oh, God damn! What?
Oh my god. Wow.
Yeah, tell me about
That's
it. I invested.
This is like the price of a freaking what? Like Starlight Rare Book of Lunar Eclipse or some shit. Holy! I mean, I'm gonna be honest with you. I prefer Rarity Collection over Starlight. I don't like Starlights in my main decks. I don't like them. I prefer like Collector's Rare and shit. But goddamn, dude, 97?
This card in 2022. I bought it
Holy.
for my $1,000 thing for $300.
That's that's grotesque. That's oh my god. I can't. That
It
sucks.
it is very cheap now. $97.
It makes
which,
sense when you flood the market. Like, what do you expect, right?
Yeah, and there's like now there's a 25th anniversary printing.
Jesus.
There's Collector Rare, Ultra. There's everything.
Yeah,
like, you know,
and
it's,
I think the collector, not the collector, but the 25th anniversary, like all the versions of it specifically, there's a lot of.
I mean, it does kind of make sense to me personally. I don't want the Starlight Lightning Storm. I think there's other good-looking versions out there that are just a fraction of the price. So to me, it doesn't seem worth it. But usually, when something doesn't make sense to me, that doesn't mean that it's actually going to happen. You know, like usually the opposite happens.
Other nice versions of a Lightning Storm that aren't Starlight.
right. You don't need to buy the Starlight anymore, which now you can buy it for $97. So maybe you do want to buy it.
I
but-
guess, yeah, that's true.
Yeah. So
Wow.
I thought you were talking yourself down there, but that's fine. That's fine.
I
This
still,
last time-
I still thought it was just like it's an old Starlight for a playable card. I thought max rarity, people still want it, but I think the rarity collection.
Is there a visual difference between QCR and Starlight for us besides the imprints that QCR have? The lettering is golden on QCRs and silver on Starlights, which I will say I think Starlights do look better than Quarter Centuries, but still, you know, they look very close to each other. For me personally, I just prefer other rarities altogether. I think sometimes Starlights or Quarter Centuries, to me personally, they just are a little bit too much. Like I prefer I like the Collector's Rare from the Rarity Collection.
just affected it way more than I realized. So, I mean, I
Yeah,
can't be upset.
I figured this one would be a little tricky because I just checked it the other day for my 2-year check-in, and now I've lost $500 of my $1,000 already just by holding the cards. Okay, You're at 13 points. Pretty good, but this is going to be your best one yet. The final card is Enemy Controller.
Oh, let's go.
God, dude.
Let's go.
30
Year and set.
printings,
All
dude.
right, so Enemy Controller, original printing is Ancient Sanctuary.
2003.
Ancient Sanctuary came after
4.
Invasion of Chaos, which was 2004, so it's 2004.
Final answer?
Final answer.
Ancient Sanctuary, correct. Was
Ultra
released
rare.
on June 1st, 2004. For 2 points. You got all
Easy.
8 points out of there.
Ultra
You nailed
rare.
all of those. All 8 points. You crushed it. Do you know the original rarity, though?
Ultra rare, because I have a
Yes.
playset.
So you're locking that in.
Locking that in.
That is correct. So I think you got all
I'll be
those points.
honest, for this thing, you better not start counting printings in your head when they give you the options. You just pick whichever. You just pick based on vibes.
It's
I
two,
got
so
all those points. I did not miss a single point. on
We're
any
gonna
of those.
pick it
you
based on
crushed all
vibes.
this. So you're up to
We're not
16
counting.
points. Okay.
This
so
is
we're
where
on
things
multiple
are going to
choice.
go off the rails again.
You are 1 for 4 so far.
Okay.
The number of printings. Your options are. By the way, you have a lifeline, so no reason not to use it unless
Yeah.
you just want to not. A, 10. B,
More.
24.
Could be.
C, 18.
Could be.
Or D, 31.
That
I'm
feels
going to
too
use
many.
my lifeline, so go ahead and make it easy for me.
I'm vibing with 24.
Okay, we are going to remove 10 and 18.
Oh, how courteous of you.
I'm
You picked the
vibing
two
with
I knew
24.
it wasn't going to
I'm
be.
vibing with 24.
All right.
It would be a little too easy if I gave you the right answer.
Yeah, thanks. So for people who aren't aware, Enemy Controller has like 9,000 common printings because they printed it in like 8 million starter or structure decks just because it's like an easy card to reprint.
It could be
I'm not
31,
even going to begin
but I
to
vibe
try
with
to
B.
list
I'm
all the
sticking with
different
B.
varieties of Enemy Controller because we would
Go for it.
we would literally be here for like an eternity if I tried.
It's either
It could be
21 or 31.
31.
It's not that
You
many.
mean 24 or 31?
Yeah, 24. Sorry, I can't
Yeah.
read.
Okay. Honestly, I'm going to say 31 because I think there are just 31 printings of this card, just straight up.
Final answer?
Yes.
31 printings is correct.
Oh my god. Okay, first, I'm sorry. That's insane that there's 31 printings of a single
31.
card.
I
That's
could not
crazy.
believe this when I got on the page. I was like, oh my, I had to go to the second page on TCG Player to see all of them.
Do you want to list them all off for everyone, or you want to save some time?
All right, I'm gonna speed run this. Battle Pack 2, Battle Pack 2. And those are the 31 printings. High rarities, lower rarities on some of those repeats, but wow, that is a lot of cards. You got that one right.
A lot of unique rarities too, because it has like the black rare. It has like
Yeah,
the
yeah,
weird.
the black
it
rare.
has a lot of like the weird rarities that only ever came
It
out.
has
like,
pretty
one
much
particular
almost
set.
every
So it's just
rarity
kinda-
now.
It's one of those
It's
cards where
even
it's like,
got
what
the
card has the
ulti
most
recently,
different
which looks
rarities? Like this
sick,
is probably
by the way.
this probably has a printing in everything except Ghost. In all honesty.
Yeah, Ghost, Starlight, all those like really high end ones.
Yeah.
But on the lower,
But
it
on
has
the
like
lower
every
ends,
single
it's
one.
got almost everything covered.
Yeah. All right, you are perfect on the Enemy Controller. Let's see. You still have your lifeline for this final
I do.
guess, which is the price, which we are not going to skip. What is the price
It has
of the
an
first
ulti. Yeah, it's in the current OTS pack, just the most recent one.
edition Ancient Sanctuary Ultra Rare?
Oh, okay. It's I thought you were gonna give me the ultimate rare. Funny enough, which those look gorgeous, by the way. I might have
No,
to swap
I'm
them
going
out.
classic.
I do like the classic. Also, anyone who's a fan.
What is it? Old school enemy controller, ultra rare first edition? Like 35, 40.
Of the was it the Dark Revelation Super or Dark Beginning Super? It has a
35.
really nice super print from back. in
Yeah,
the
yeah,
day,
the
too.
Dark Beginning stuff.
Those are clean. Those are clean.
I just
Anyway.
read them all, but that was a lot. I don't remember any of them.
Okay, so original AST Econ. So I get to my lifeline is I get to ask if it's higher or lower than like some amount, right?
Yeah, whatever amount you want to
Okay.
pick, and I'll say
All right.
higher or lower.
This one's weird. Enemy Controller is a card that like goes in and out of modern Yu-Gi-Oh! A lot of the
Yeah.
times, just because it's like just generically good.
You are within striking distance of 20 points, by the way. If you get within 10%, you're going to get 20.
Ooh, okay. And I have a lifeline to help me get there.
Yeah.
The question is, how much do people really value the Ancient Sanctuary Ultras? Because I feel like if you're going by max rarity, obviously now the ultis exist, which sort of like blew all the rest of them out of the water. But I actually think a lot of people thought the Dark Beginning or Dark Revelation Super was technically a higher rarity than the Ultra. So I think those actually may be a bit more expensive than the Ultra one. Or they're like close.
I don't think
So
they're close.
But I don't think they're that expensive. I think they're definitely on the lower end, even if they're like seeing some play.
There is one way to find out.
There is, and that's with the lifeline. I am going to ask, is it higher or lower than $50?
This card is higher than $50.
Whoa!
Honestly, I'm kind of
What?
surprised it's that much, but okay. I was hoping you would say lower, and then I'd be able to get a lot more accurate. But now, this sort of
Now
changes.
there's a whole
No
lot of
shot.
possibilities for you.
Okay. Is it more than the Sunlight Wall?
That's the real benchmark.
I don't think they're over 100.
There's no
I
way
think
it's
that's
that
a bit
expensive.
extreme for this card, especially now that the ulti exists.
No,
I feel like
actually, I picked one up for an Edison deck. I think I have exactly one. That was not that expensive. I didn't pay over 50 for that. I hope.
ulti would have really knocked the price of this down.
So you're between 50 and
I'm between
100.
50 and 100.
And keep in mind, your higher or lower is just telling you it's higher. It doesn't necessarily mean, you know.
I think it's
It doesn't
first.
mean it's $5,000. It's just higher than 50.
I can also see them being worth like 52.
It was German though, I think.
That would be
That's
quite
always
interesting.
different.
Yeah. I feel like a good price for this card is like 60, 65. That's like sort of where I'm at with it. Like maybe 70.
Where is it? Where is the price? That's the question.
All right.
Will you get any points on the
Will
on
I
the
get any
price
points
guessing?
on the final question? To be
If you
continued
get
for
one
next
point, it's a
episode.
win. If you get 1 point, it's a win. That's how we're viewing this.
I'm going to go with. I'm trying to hedge my bets in case I'm like if it's lower or like higher than like what I'm thinking.
Why are you hedging your bets at this point? You haven't gotten any right.
I guess you're.
Just go for it.
Because I'm trying to get at least 1 point, Ruxin. I'm trying to get at least.
That's
1
fair.
point.
That's fair. But if you get 3, you get 20.
You need to give
Okay, I'm
an
gonna be
answer to
incredibly
get a point.
specific.
Someone tell him.
$63.50. Final answer.
It has to be on the dollar.
Okay, $63. Fine.
Okay, 63. Okay. Locking it in?
Locking it in.
Oh, man. I wish you had guessed closer to your over or higher or your 52 randomness. Because this card is $53.
Oh my god.
But you do get points. That's within 20%, I think, right?
Woo!
So, yeah, that should be within 20%. So
I
I
get
think
2
you get 2 points.
All right.
Yeah, so you get 2 points. You get 19. You were
We're so
close.
close to 20. So close to 20.
All right, Simo, you finished with 19 points, which overall is a pretty decent performance. But according to the prize scale, you weren't quite there. You're 1 point.
Is that a decent performance? I feel like the bar was not even like that full. Okay, well, that was fun. I enjoyed that. Okay. Okay. I don't remember them being this long, but I still enjoyed it, so it's whatever. It's fine. We don't regret. We do not regret. I kind of like the new questions. The when did the card come out? How many printings does it have? It's interesting. It really gets you thinking, which is cool. It's fun. I like it.